I'm Sabrina Smith, and at an early age I was the victim of a child molestation that placed my life into the dark. During that hour of pain, the purpose for my life was revealed. And because of the pain of that experience and purpose being unveiled, it unleashed and ignited a passion within me to positively influence and make a difference in the lives of those who I come in contact with. It also placed within me a drive to positively affect social change in the community in which I live.
Hello, I'm Tamanda Baker, and when I think about Sabrina Smith, I think about the great influence she has on not just only me, but everybody that she comes in contact with. When I think about Sabrina Smith, I think about how I was at the lowest point, and just meeting her uplifted my spirit, as well as it brought me from an emotional toil into success. When I think about her as a person, I think about how she can take the smallest of matters and put them into words, and it causes a great change to happen internally, that you can see a difference in yourself. Not only that, but just her whole demeanor. It causes you to see the best in yourself. Not saying that it was never there, but just her presence and her influence, the way that she can take the wrong and help you to see the best in order to bring out the best in you, it says a lot. So if I can just pick one word to describe who she is, it's influence. She's influence. And not only any type of influence, she's great influence. Influence that causes you to change for the better. For the better. And I say that because just a word of influence from her has changed my life tremendously. I can say that much.
My name is Deanna Folsom. I'm the social work coordinator for the Valdosta City School System. I've known Detective Sabrina Smith for more than 6 years. She was an SRO at our high school, and when I worked with Sabrina, the first thing I noticed about her is that the kids loved her. They felt comfortable communicating with her. She had a wonderful rapport with all of the students as well as the staff. We felt like our high school was safe when she was there. She had lots of positive interaction with the children. She seemed to be truly passionate about what she did. However, in 2009, we lost her to the Valdosta Police Department Investigations Department, which was actually bittersweet because after working with her for 3 years at the high school, I got to work with her on a different level. We work a lot of child abuse cases together. One of the worst cases I ever had, I worked with her and with DFACS at the high school when she was there as a severe sexual abuse case. I liked how Sabrina went into the investigations role and still used her skills as an officer in the schools. She still had a lot of contact with the children. The children in the community all know her. Anytime I mention her name, they immediately know her as the tall one that plays basketball. And now we sit on many committees together. We're on the multidisciplinary team with the Child Advocacy Center here in Lowndes County. And I've enjoyed working with Sabrina because I've worked with a lot of juvenile detectives over the 17 years that I've been with the school district. And her passion for these children and her desire to bring these cases to a final conviction and sentence is unmatched. Her sense of humor makes us all laugh. She makes our meetings fun. She's always there when I need her. She knows me. She knows what she knows the ins and outs of the school district. She knows our personalities. She trusts me and I trust her. And the most important thing is I think that Sabrina and I have the same passion. We have the same goals for the children in our community. She goes out of her way to go the extra mile and to set up events in the community. She makes herself very visible to the children, which means a lot to them. In 2011, we were fortunate enough to have Sabrina come and speak to every staff member in our entire school district about not just mandated reporting, but about how important it is to follow procedure so that the legal aspects and the prosecution side of that can go well. We teach our teachers every year about mandated reporting, but they needed to hear the other side of it all the way through to the trial and prosecution, because it is a beginning to end step, and you can't do it unless everybody works together as a team. So she spoke to over 700 staff members in our school district over a span of 4 days, presenting to them on the aspects of her job and why it's important to report and follow the proper procedures. I still work with Sabrina basically on a weekly, almost daily basis. We communicate. We have a lot of the same children that we work with. Sometimes I feel like she can finish my sentences and I can finish hers. This community could not survive without her. You have to be a special person to do what she does and to keep that passion for it. Okay.
I'm speaking in behalf of Sabrina Smith. My name is David Troy. I'm the Executive Director of LODAC, Lounge Drug Action Council here in Valdosta, Georgia. We do a great deal of work with young people that flow through the courts, kids that are in public schools that are having problems. And one of the things that we have worked on in our community was getting kids back in school once they were expelled. Sabrina Smith has been instrumental in assisting us in that program. Sabrina Smith comes in, she volunteers, she teaches one of the classes, she works with the parents and the kids. She has a passion for young people that goes beyond her job with the police department. She's a person that we depend on greatly in our community. She goes that extra mile. For example, if there's a person that I'm greatly concerned about, this is the person I'm going to go to, I'm going to call, and I know that she will follow up on these young people in the community and work with them very closely, work with the families. I love her because she is a no-nonsense person. I can trust her to be honest with the kids. I know that she's going to lie to them, not going to lie to them. She's not going to put it up. She's going to tell them exactly like it is. And that is one of the things that our young people need today, for someone to be very honest with them. And this is one of the things that she does. She does a great job of that in working with our young people. She works very closely with the parents, all of my counselors. She's welcome in all of the schools in the area. She just does an overall great job. We're proud to have her. She's one of those people we can call on her anytime, day or night, and I've done that. You know, she's not always nice to me as a result of me bugging her all the time, but I will call her and ask, you know, I need you to do this for me, I need you to do that for me. So, but she has been tremendous. She is well respected in the community when it comes to juveniles, at-risk juveniles. She is my go-to person, and we're extremely proud of it to have her. You know, it's had stumbling blocks, you know, in the road, ditches in the road, but I know where she came from, and I know the passion she has for working with our young people. So if I could clone her, hey, we would be great. Matter of fact, that's something that her chief said one time when I was speaking to him, bragging about it. He said, I wish I could clone Sabrina Smith. So if we can clone her, hey, I'll send her all over Georgia, all over the United States. She'll be great. Expect great things from Sabrina Smith. We have not heard the last of her. Put it together. You know, I love
Don't make me cry.
I do.
Sabrina Smith has been with the Valdosta Police Department since 2006. I've known her the entire time, either in my capacity as a bureau commander, either in patrol investigations, and now as the chief of police. Sabrina has been one of our leading officers in the department when we talk about affecting and making social change. And I'll expand on it by saying this. Sabrina has always been very involved in her church. She's a pastor minister with the church. She's also been heavily involved in the Valdosta school system, and for that matter, the Lowndes County school system. I think a lot of our folks consider her an expert in juvenile investigation, juvenile relations, and so on. She's a tremendous detective. We oftentimes will send a lot of our juvenile investigations to Sabrina, and she's able to interact with juveniles and with the community probably better than anybody that I've seen in law enforcement, at least my 25 years, because of her ability to just to talk to people, to get folks to talk to her. I can tell you that both our previous school superintendent, Dr. Robert Cason, our current superintendent, Marty Rush, the three of us have had in-depth discussions about Sabrina and her abilities to interact with the community, interact with the civil rights organizations for that matter. She's considered a very good she's considered a very good spokesperson for the police department and law enforcement in general when it comes to being able to talk with folks, identify issues in the community, and she's just not one of those folks that goes out there and as a detective investigates the case and solves the crime, and that's the end of it. Sabrina will oftentimes try to find the root cause of what caused the incident in the first place, and then she'll come up with some type of program or solution in an effort to make sure it doesn't happen again. And I think it's a prime example of how Sabrina and her ability to influence social change in the Valdosta and the Lowndes County community.
With the help of my education at Walden University, I'm able to add knowledge and professionalism to an already existing repertoire of pain, purpose, and passion. Thank you, Walden, for helping me make a difference, one life at a time.